Hello, Dara. My name is Kevin. I am sometimes known as the Aptrepreneur. And you don't know me, and frankly, I don't know you either. In fact, when you were chosen as the new CEO of Uber, I really had to do some research on you. I had never heard of you, and while I have used Expedia in the past, have to say, did not know who ran it. Didn't really care truly. But I have cared very greatly about who runs Uber. I have cared so much that it has been on my mind almost night and day for the last couple months. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you're eventually going to watch some of my other videos, and they are not nice. Not really. And there's even a couple in there where I propose skepticism about you. If only because if Travis Kalanick, who I despise and do not respect, voted yes on you, I was a little suspicious of you. But that said, my mother always raised me to give people chances, and I, again, don't know you, but I read more about you. And I have to be honest, I was impressed. I mean, you're an immigrant from Iran, came to the United States when you were 4 or 5, and you made a life for yourself. As an entrepreneur who has not reached your level of success, that is definitely something I admire. Now, of course, Travis Kalanick was an entrepreneur as well, but he lost sight, I should say, of the people who made the company. He lost sight of treating people with human decency and wanted to win at all cost. You, I take, are a man who does like to win. You like to grow and you like to succeed. However, from everything I've read, you do not do so at the cost of the humanity of the company. And that is why I want to talk to you, because despite what you and other people might think from watching my channel, I love Uber. I love Uber. I have always been, again, an entrepreneur in spirit, and I have been an entrepreneur for more than 2 years now in full. When I lost not a lucrative, but a decent job 3 years ago, I was pretty much done with the business world. I pretty much had decided at that point, I just want to work for me. And while I did have some businesses that were okay, I was definitely struggling. And then Uber came along, and it was a way at first to supplement income, and I loved it so much that I just kept doing it. And it was wonderful. I mean, I was making good money and I was talking to great people. I have made some great connections since driving for Uber. Uber was a great idea and it is a good idea, but it is just an idea, and unfortunately the idea has been soured over the years. When I started my channel, the love affair had begun to end. And it wasn't with the service and it wasn't with the people I was driving, it was with the company. The company stopped respecting me. The company stopped caring about my needs. Granted, it could be argued they never cared in the first place. After all, we just got a tip option when really the tip option should have been there from the beginning. But back then, we were making good money and a valuable service was being provided. I made enough money to eat, save, and fix my car. Now, if I were to just do Uber, I would be struggling. I would be struggling to the point that I might even be suicidal with how low the rates have gotten, how little I make, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. Now, I am fortunate. I am very fortunate. And I'm not going to edit that out. I'm not going to edit it out because I want you to know, to see this thing is a little itchy sometimes. But I am fortunate that since starting for Uber, I have been able to monetize YouTube videos, and I've been able to write more and get some money and do some consulting work, and that I could grow my e-commerce stores. I am fortunate to have had options. But if I didn't have those options, the very company that would have gotten me out of the pits of depression and the pits of despair when I desperately needed income would be the very company that would have put me right back in that pit. This is not okay. This is not fair. This is not great. This is not kind. When Uber started, well, at least when I started Uber, it was wonderful to not only be making money, but everybody loved the service. They were just happy to have a ride, and they thought it was a cool thing that I was an Uber driver. Since then, people don't appreciate it as much. The low rates attract the kind of clientele that does not treat employees with respect. For that matter, the low rates have gotten to the point where now it is almost an embarrassment to be seen as an Uber driver. I don't personally think it's an embarrassment to be an Uber driver myself. I think that you do what you do, and in some cases you even enjoy what you do. That's the only reason. Sorry, there is an ant on me for some reason. I enjoy what I do, and that's why I still do it, and that's why I get so upset. You will comb through the last several months of my videos if you want, and you will see someone who is pissed, very clearly pissed, and that is because I am seeing a company that I like just go away. Uber was built not only on convenience, but it got its name by friendly drivers and quality service. By dropping the rates and treating the drivers the way the company has, that is no longer the case. People use Uber as a service. They use it as a way to get from point A to point B. Nobody particularly enjoys the service anymore. In fact, a lot of people might not even like the service very much, but they use it. They use it just because it's there. But Lyft is gaining ground. I also drive for Lyft. Lyft is a lot nicer to us. I have just given my 1,000th ride to Lyft, and they are thanking me by sending me a care package. Uber has never done anything like that. I have given more than 2,000 rides to Uber. They have never so much as sent me a thank you email. That is the kind of company Uber is. And you think you're invincible, but you're not. In the last few months, Lyft went from having 8% of the rideshare market to 28%, and they will have more. And they will soon have more than Uber. Because people who drive for Lyft notice that the drivers are nicer. Lyft actually meets with the drivers before they approve them, and thus there are nicer drivers. For that matter, because there were always tips involved, Lyft drivers tend to be a little bit friendlier because there was the promise of a tip on the line. Uber riders are getting a little better because there's a tip on the line, but you know what? The company still doesn't treat them good. It does not feel good to drive for a company that values us so little. And this is not just about the rates. This is about how when a claim is made against an Uber driver, the Uber driver loses their livelihood until they are proven innocent, if in fact they can ever speak to someone, because most of the time there's no one to speak to. It is also the issue where, there is a 5-star grade system where nothing but 4 stars will get you fired. Uber has a lot of problems, but it could be a great thing. In some ways, it is a great thing. It's just being stifled. Now, my video is not the only one you need to watch. And with the mistakes I've made because I don't believe in editing this one, well, you know what? It's a flawed video. I know. But you know what? Search Uber sucks or Uber rate cuts on YouTube. Just read the devastation that this company has caused. Uber was a company that created jobs, and it made people happy, and they made money too. And Uber has become this soulless corporation that loses money while destroying lives. This, I believe, is what you were hired to turn around. Yes, you want the company to be profitable, and I don't begrudge that. I have never begrudged Uber needing to make money. But Uber's not making money as it stands, and the drivers aren't happy. There have been reports that only 4% of drivers actually stay driving with Uber after they get their bonus. And even people ask me, why do I still promote my Uber promo code? And I tell them honestly, because the promotional bonus is the only thing worth doing at Uber right now. But Uber can be better. Uber can not only succeed in the market, they can lead the market. I don't understand why in Silicon Valley success only comes when you treat people poorly. When Steve Jobs came back from Apple, he had learned a hard lesson not to pit crew members against each other and not to cause despair. Apple, by all accounts, is a much better place to work. Google, when they founded, set up from day one to have one slogan: don't be evil. And while there is a little controversy with the guy who wrote the manifesto, by all accounts, working at Google is a wonderful place to work. Not only are people paid well, but they are treated with respect. Uber neither pays us well nor treats us with respect. Nor do they really even treat the customers that good. Because let's face it, there are customers who get scammed or sexually assaulted, and Uber is very, very slow to act, if they act at all. And there are riders who can share their own stories. I don't ride with Uber that much. As a passenger, I take Lyft. I would like to take Uber, but Uber gives me no reason to do so. And so, today you will be starting a new job, and you have a long road ahead of you, and I don't expect things to change overnight. I expect things to take time. But I am making this video and this plea to encourage you not only to take my word for it, but well, let's put it this way. You have not commented on what you're going to do with the drivers because you said you wanted to talk to the drivers. For the record, if you want to talk to me, I am more than happy to talk. It is very easy to get in contact with me. Many people have reached out at Uber and Lyft, and they have found me to be very accessible and actually even a little bit nicer than the way I come off of my videos sometimes. But you know what? I'm just a single guy who has other business avenues and other ways to make money. So I'm struggling, admittingly, but I will probably be okay. If you are to talk to drivers, talk to the drivers who have families to support. Talk to the drivers who maybe want to take that step and get married and make a better life for themselves. Talk to the drivers who sleep in their cars because they want to be in the right location when the surge starts. And maybe that's the key thing, if you're to take anything away from this, that I want you to take away from. Uber should be a place where drivers and Uber can make money without surge. I'm not saying to get rid of surge, of course, only that people should not have to wait for surge before it's worth their time and effort. But talk to these people. Find out their stories. You're a smart man. You grew Expedia from a $2 billion business to a $12 billion. I have faith you can make Uber profitable. And I'm even cautiously optimistic that you are aware that the drivers are important, something your predecessor truly did not believe was the case. But I believe if you take the drivers, the engineers, and even the board members seriously as people, and you look at how people need to be treated, and you treat them respectfully, you will have better profits, better growth, and you will be helping make the world a better place, not destroying industries and lives. Because as rich as you are, I would hope that you are human enough that you want your legacy to be, I took over this company, and through making the company better, I made the world a little better place. I would hope that would be the case. And I'm sorry for the mistakes in the video. I'm not going to edit them out. I know how they look, but I want this to be an honest heart to heart. And again, if you want to talk to me, I am definitely open. I don't expect you to. I don't really even expect you to see this, but just in case, I wanted to send you a personal message, an open letter, if you would. If you must talk to someone, talk to those people who need the rates to go up. And I know I've talked a lot about rates. It's not really about rates. It's about human decency. And when you talk to people and you find out what the rates have done to them, what the company has done to them, what the company continues to do to them, I would hope you would know what to do and what needs to happen if Uber is to have a positive legacy, and for you to be the savior this company and we as drivers need you to be. My name is Kevin. I am known as the Apptrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur who uses apps to make money. I drive for Uber. But I don't drive much anymore. And while I love the company, well, Uber does not reflect the America I want or the company I want. But I'm hoping with you, maybe we can get a little closer to it being the company that we want it to be. Thank you for listening, and enjoy your new job and your new office.